Hey friend, welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Debs. On this channel, I make videos that helps international students navigate Germany with ease and confidence. In today's video, I am answering the one question I constantly get. In fact, it's a question I had asked myself earlier, and the question is why I chose Germany over the US, the United Kingdom and Canada. Case being that many people who come from the part of the world I come from are very much likely going to pick all of those mentioned countries before they consider Germany. So yeah, I didn't just wake up and decided I was going to move to Germany. I took a couple of things into consideration, and those things are what I will be sharing with you in this video. On the top of my list was tuition and cost of living. As in anything in life, money is most likely the elephant in the room, and it was the same in my case. I chose to study in Germany mostly because of the tuition and the cost of living. Considering that in the United Kingdom, university education costs somewhere around 10,000 to 20,000 pounds sterling per year, and the US, don't even get me started on the cost of education. And of course, Canada also ranks high in their tuition fee, whereas in Germany tertiary education is mostly free. The fact that I didn't have to pay tuition here in Germany was a win for me. However, when you study in Germany, even if there are no tuition fee, you have to still pay the semester fee. On the other side of this part of the video is also the cost of living. Also, in comparison with the US, Canada and the United Kingdom, the cost of living in Germany is a lot more manageable. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to move to Germany because I get to go to school for free, and then I also get to live in a country where the cost of living is favorable. Another point that ranks high on the reason I chose to study in Germany is the visa process and also the post-study opportunities. I mean, a lot of people don't take this into consideration until much more later, when it's almost too late to do anything. When you study in the UK, you get a 2 years post-study visa. However, the job market and the opportunity for a career is a lot questionable to me, considering that the country is small and there's an influx of international students and skilled immigrants into the country. So that makes the job market very competitive in comparison to a place like Germany, where the country is larger and there are fewer people competing in the job market. So it just made sense to me to choose Germany. And also, when we think of the US, it's also tricky. If you don't find a job after graduation on OPT, you're almost in trouble. And if you're someone like me who is hoping to build a global career and work internationally, it just makes sense to be in a place where you have an unfair advantage, which is existing in the marketplace like Germany, where there are lesser people coming here in comparison to other places, and also where the economy is strong enough to accommodate as many people as possible. The third reason I chose to study in Germany over other parts of the world is the quality of education. The German educational system is one of the strongest in the world, especially in fields like IT, engineering, science and technology. It just makes sense to be in a place where the educational system is superb and excellent in comparison to other places. So the US have the Ivy League schools, and then they have every other university. The UK has the Russian universities and every other university. In Germany, education is equal across board. So it doesn't matter if you're in Technical University Munich, or you're in RWTH, or you are at Haiti University in Berlin. You get the same quality across board. So it makes sense to be in a place where you're sure of the quality of the education you'll be getting, and this is why I chose to study in Germany. Another reason I chose to study in Germany, which is basically I think my favorite, is the travel and lifestyle. So you get a German student visa. All of a sudden, you have access to over 28 countries in the Schengen zone, and of course some other countries as outside of it. Whereas in comparison to the UK, where you only get a UK visa, or the US where you only get a US visa, or Canada where you get only Canada visa, studying in Germany is Studying in Germany for me has afforded me the opportunity to travel without having to go through the bureaucracy of applying for visas, considering the kind of passport I still hold. And also, being in Germany is being at the heart of Europe technically. So with a cheap bus ticket, a cheap train ticket, and even cheap flights, you can literally be anywhere in Europe in few hours. One could spend the weekend in Paris and the next weekend in the Netherlands because you have a German student visa. So the travel and lifestyle was a big reason to actually study in Germany. And lastly, another reason I chose to study in Germany is the safety and inclusion. No country is perfect, but in comparison to the US, where there's gun violence, the UK where we have knife attacks, such occurrences are relatively lower and far apart here in Germany. So it just makes sense to be in a place where I don't have to bother about my safety or even inclusion at the end of the day. Are you considering studying in Germany? What country are you comparing it with? Let me know in the comment section. I hope with those few points of mine in this video, I've been able to convince you that Germany is actually one of the best places to get an international education. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.